Welcome to the Squad Games Podcast. Squad Games Podcast.
We both just did something very exciting with Saya from Squad Games. We just went out and did a Harry Potter murder mystery where we have to run through our local town dressed up and, figure out who killed, was it Cedric something?
No, Cedric killed the other guy.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you just spoiled who killed who. You ruined it. You're not supposed to say who killed who.
Well, you only get to find out if you paid the ticket entry cost.
I see.
Yeah. Our team name was the Polyjuice Addicts. I came up with that one myself.
I did not feel transformed.
No, I did. Yeah, it was quite exciting. We had to run a couple places. I tripped and ate shit really badly over a sign.
Honestly, that was like my favorite part.
Yeah.
That shit was funny.
It was funny. Broke my mask because I was a Death Eater. It felt fucking great. Walked around with a cracked mask. It kind of looks cooler afterwards, you know?
You're like Jack of Blades.
Yeah.
And you have your own Death Eater. It's your OC Death Eater.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good time though. Had a blast. We have the winner of the the World Championship of Warhammer. I still can't fucking say that.
WCW, man.
It's easier to say WCW, but
yeah, well, we can refer to that as this. Or the World Championship. That works too.
Aleksa.
Yes, sir.
So,
how you doing?
From Australia. What part of Australia do you hail from, good sir?
I'm from Sydney.
Sydney. Nice.
Yeah.
Very postcardable.
It is.
You see it you see it everywhere.
We got our bridge, we got our opera house, we got all the good stuff. That's it.
And you have giant spiders.
Of course.
Yeah.
You don't?
We have black widows and we have tarantulas, but they're really slow.
And not really toxic.
As long as you don't go and
pet them,
pick them up and pick them up and you're not even supposed to touch them because they're so delicate out here. Like, I feel like the spiders in Australia are way faster and way more aggressive, intimidating and bigger.
Our giant spider also can't hurt you, so make of that what you will.
Okay.
He's friendly. You leave him and he eats all the flies and mosquitoes. He's great.
Yeah.
It's the little ones you have to worry about because you don't see them and they're all poisonous as hell.
Oh, hell no.
And you guys also have bulldog ants and stuff?
Yeah.
Did dealing with wildlife, the Australian wildlife, make you a better kill team player? Let's just be honest. This is the question everyone wants to know.
I can't say that it hasn't.
Okay. Fair. What about have you ever had to fight a kangaroo or wild dingoes? I know you're from Sydney, so you're not that close to wildlife. No,
I've petted kangaroos. They're not too bad. Yeah, went down to Taronga Zoo, mate. Went to the zoo, petted all the kangas.
Kangas, I like that.
I remember discovering what the inside of the pouch looks like and being very surprised. Yeah,
it's not a nice, comfy looking place. No, it probably is comfy.
Probably but it doesn't look like the plushie I had when I was a child. It
doesn't look like a warm blanket wrapped around,
at all.
I've pet a willoughby. A willoughby? Is that what they're called?
Yeah,
that's as close.
That is an animal. Yeah, I don't know if it's what you.
It's isn't the willoughby like a miniature dwarf kangaroo type thing? A wallaby?
Wallaby.
Yeah. A wallaby. Yeah.
Australia is a cool place. It was kind of on a lot of people's list of possibly the best kill team player of 2023 does not live there. But, that was proven wrong. Congratulations, first and foremost, it's difficult to get one of the golden tickets, let alone go and fight some of the best people in the world and actually take home the dub. And, I come from watching a lot of esports and League of Legends and stuff. And your group was definitely the group of death. And, in my opinion, which means the hardest group, right? You guys had Ace, You guys had Orion, who won last year. Bands kept telling me how good you were. So I was like, all right. So, Aleksa is probably the black horse in this one. And then there's also Jimmy Kelly. Jimmy Kelly's probably the best player on the West Coast. Won multiple big events and done very well. And you not only won the group, but then you won the whole thing. So that's exciting. That's very exciting.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah, it was very fun. It was obviously very challenging. I agree, but I felt somewhat confident, especially after like the end of day 1 and day 2. I was like, oh, I've beaten everyone who's like the best. I think I'll be okay now. Like that's kind of where I was at the end of day 2. I was like, can't get that much harder, can it? Right?
Yeah,
it was hard, but it was like I was like, all right, it'll still be hard, but this is probably as hard as it gets. So
yeah, there's also like a lot of like the possible counters of what Colt's quote unquote counters currently are. Also, didn't really make it into the next round. So, other than the commandos, right? But I mean, we'll get to that. Well, I was
gonna say, I think Gallopux are actually a like sleeper, really good pick in the Colts.
Yeah, it's funny. Orion came out here to the All Valley Team Tournament, and which is one of our biggest events in California. We had 54 people come to this team tournament, and he was playing, and he lost to his first Colts match, and then he beat the next two, and one of the ones he beat was Chris Bakke, who is another really great player on the West Coast. He just hasn't played as much this year. He won a golden ticket last year. And won with Colts. So he's very familiar going into that matchup. But we'll get to that one in a second. First, I want to ask you something.
Go ahead.
What was like your gateway into the hobby of Warhammer? Like mine was like my mom went to like, a tanning bed, and then I got to go to a game store next door, and I saw these cool little dudes and metal models and stuff, and I like the Terminators and the Swooping Hawks and Drazar. Yeah. What was yours?
For me, it was playing Dawn of War when I was like 6 years old.
Yeah, okay.
So I live in Australia now, but I was born in Serbia, so I grew up there. And then I don't think we had a Warhammer store anywhere. But my dad and like his brother were into it, and like his friends were. And then I got into playing Dawn of War. I painted like some of his models when I was like 5 or 6, horrendously. I murdered those models. I think there was some Bretonnian